Chapter 61 Liu Qiang, I Want to Be Alone. You are listening at NavelFull.audio. Standing outside Jining's fortress, Liu Qiang was not in a hurry to go in and fight the boss. He counted his gains. The green equipment was almost full. The rest were various scrolls, excellent level apprentice healing potions, 2 tiny skill stones, and 12 tiny attribute stones. Liu Qiang found a problem. This time, the items in the monster's drop list were not as good as before. The probability of tiny skill stones and attribute stones appearing was much lower than before, but even so, these gains were still good for Liu Qiang. He used all the attribute stones, and then used the tiny skill stones. Liu Qiang's current skills include primary regeneration, heavy attack, warrior's will, sweep, charge, great sword mastery, and warrior's heart, a total of 7 skills. Much more than ordinary players, he used all the tiny skill stones he had obtained before. Now, primary regeneration, warrior's will, and sweep cannot be upgraded with tiny skill stones. Liu Qiang tried warrior's heart again. As he expected, warrior's heart, as an epic skill, could not be upgraded with tiny skill stones. He also tried great sword mastery. He had previously used 2 tiny skill stones rewarded by the quest to upgrade Great Sword Mastery to level 3. Now, it could not be upgraded. He could only use primary skill stones to upgrade it, so Liu Qiang had few choices now. There were only heavy attack and charge. Charge skill did not cause damage. Liu Qiang planned to upgrade it when he had extra tiny skill stones at the end. Now he would upgrade heavy attack skill first. Liu Qiang had already used tiny skill stones to upgrade heavy attack skill to level 5, now, using 2 skill stones, heavy attack skill was instantly upgraded to level 7, heavy attack, level 7 launch a powerful attack, causing 190% damage. Damage increased by 20%, however, because heavy attack only caused single target damage, the increase was not as good as sweep, so it was better than nothing. For single target, it was a bit enhanced. As for the equipment, it was definitely not as good as Liu Qiang's, so Liu Qiang planned to sell them all later. After defeating Guning, he had to leave the dungeon. Liu Qiang looked at Guning again and chose the drops. In the drop list, the blue equipment was still at the front. Unfortunately, there was nothing good. Liu Qiang picked and chose, and finally chose, primary skill stone, one-handed sword, dog training stick, and mail belt, malicious waistband. Then Liu Qiang chose the drops of Guning's little babies, and then rushed in. Guning, who was feeding the little babies, saw Liu Qiang coming in, and immediately shouted angrily, "Invader! Little babies, tear him apart!" Suddenly, a group of demonized wild wolves howled and rushed towards Liu Qiang. Liu Qiang showed a hint of a grim smile and charged at Guning. When he was surrounded by Guning and the demonized wild wolves, the flaming long sword in his hand swept across. The flaming sword light brought a large amount of high damage value. All the demonized wild wolves fell to the ground. Seeing this scene, Guning was a little dazed for a while. He looked at the corpses on the ground and screamed, "Ah! My little darlings! You died so miserably." Liu Qiang felt like an unforgivable bastard after hearing this. "Damn invader! I'm going to kill you." Guning waved 2 long swords and rushed towards Liu Qiang. The last time he fought Guning, Liu Qiang had to rely on the weakness scroll to deal with him, but this time, Liu Qiang directly took the damage. Each time Guning attacked Liu Qiang, the damage he caused was only in the single digits. Liu Qiang was able to cut his aorta every time, and the damage of 3 or even 4 digits of critical hits floated out continuously. The damage caused by Guning was not as much as Liu Qiang's blood sucking. In just less than 10 seconds, Guning's blood was emptied and he fell to the ground screaming. Compared to the difficulty last time, this time it was as easy as using a cheat. Okay, Liu Qiang thought that he did have a cheat. His soul talent actually seemed to be no different from a cheat. After picking up the things on the ground, Liu Qiang first equipped the malice girdle and used the primary skill stone. As for the upgrade, Liu Qiang originally wanted to use it on the warrior's heart, but the system prompted that a higher level skill stone was required. This means that the primary skill stone cannot upgrade the warrior's heart. Liu Qiang was a little distressed. Advanced skills are good, but it's too troublesome to upgrade. In the end, Liu Qiang used the skill stone on the Great Sword Mastery. the Great Sword Mastery was upgraded to level 4, and the damage increased by 40%. Liu Qiang's damage was also improved again. After that, Liu Qiang began to pick up the items dropped by the demonized wild wolves. After picking up the items, Liu Qiang found that his backpack was full. He was a little helpless and finally had to give up some scrolls of lower value. The backpack is still a little small. Liu Qiang muttered helplessly, but he has no place to get a bigger backpack now. According to the current situation, high-level elite monsters may drop a larger backpack, the little demon monsters in the little demon nest may drop it later. Oh, and there is also the land of the dead, maybe there will be monsters that drop it. Liu Qiang plans to go and see after finishing the dungeon. As for now, Liu Qiang plans to go out and sell equipment first. Liu Qiang posted the fine one-handed sword, dog training stick, that just dropped in the chat room with Wang Bing and Liu Qiang. The next moment, Liu Qiang and Wang Bing were blown out. Liu Qiang, good son-in-law, did you meet the boss again? Wang Bing, fuck, such a powerful one-handed sword. I like it so much, I want it so much. Liu Qiang, I am now in the dungeon of the little demon camp, and this is the first boss that dropped it. Liu Qiang, I am also in the dungeon now. This ghost dungeon is too difficult to fight. The small monsters are okay, we can still beat them with 25 people, but that Guning is simply unstoppable. Every time you kill a demonized wild wolf, the other demonized wild wolves will go berserk. With so many demonized wild wolves, the warriors can't bear it at all. Not to mention that Guning's damage is so high. We have been wiped out several times. Fortunately, death in the dungeon is not considered a normal death, and it does not take an hour to resurrect, otherwise it is simply unstoppable. Seeing Liu Qiang complaining and sending a lot of messages, Liu Qiang scratched his head. He was a little unable to empathize. After all, for him, Guning was just a matter of a few swords. As expected, people can't understand each other's joys and sorrows. Wang Bing, no. Godfather, didn't you just go to the little devil camp? When I came here, I heard that you just entered. You beat the first boss. Liu Qiang. Liu Qiang, good son-in-law, how long have you been in the dungeon? Liu Qiang looked at the system time, almost 11 minutes. Liu Qiang, Wang Bing, the two slowly pressed a question mark, especially Liu Qiang. At this moment, he began to doubt his life. What a joke. He was so excited here that he had been fighting for almost an hour, and he still couldn't beat the first boss. As a result, Liu Qiang went in for 10 minutes and finished beating the first boss. Can you not be so outrageous? Liu Qiang. Good son-in-law, you are playing alone. Liu Qiang, yes. Liu Qiang. Melancholy smoking.jpg. He just wants to be quiet now. Wang Bing. Smoking with melancholy.jpg. Compared to Liu Qiang, whose mentality exploded, Wang Bing was slightly better. When he saw Liu Qiang fighting the Wolf King just now, his mentality had already exploded. Although he had expected Liu Qiang's strength, Wang Bing still didn't expect that Liu Qiang would be so inhumane. The first boss was beaten in 10 minutes. Do others still have a chance to survive? Liu Qiang, no, you guys are off topic, right? Do you want this one-handed sword? Liu Qiang, 120 gold. Wang Bing. Liu Qiang. Wang Bing, and you are irreconcilable. Although he probably has no chance of getting a two-handed weapon, after all, his adoptive father wants to use it himself, but as a warrior, he can also use a one-handed sword. As a result, Liu Qiang killed him in seconds before he even made a bid. How to play? Tell me how to play this crappy game. Chapter 62 Cooperation with the Player Processing Bureau. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Liu Qiang, if you can't afford the price, don't talk. Wang Bing. He was so angry that his stomach hurt. This old guy is disrespectful and even uses money to pressure a junior like him. Is he still a human being? Liu Qiang, by the way, there are some green equipment. Is there anyone at the dungeon entrance now? I'll go out to trade with you now. Liu Qiang, we came out directly and got the equipment before going to fight. Although Liu Qiang has bought a lot of green equipment from Liu Qiang, it is still a bit difficult to fully equip all 25 people. Now it's time to update another wave of equipment. Of course, the most important thing is blue equipment. If you arrange it for their assassins or warriors, maybe they can kill all the monsters before the tanks can't stand it, then just fight a boss, it will be easier. Wang Bing, we just entered the dungeon. Godfather, wait a minute, we will come out too. Liu Qiang, okay. Liu Qiang walked out of the dungeon while chatting with Wang Bing and Liu Qiang. At this moment, Liu Qiang suddenly saw Lin Yingying's message. He clicked it and raised his eyebrows. Lin Yingying, Godfather, can you get a lot of equipment from the dungeon? Our player processing bureau also wants to cooperate with you to buy some green equipment. Price is not a problem. Liu Qiang was a little surprised. Isn't the player processing bureau also official? The Suanio army is cooperating with me. Why do you want to join in the fun? Lin Yingying, there is no way. Although we are all official, the equipment of the Suanio army is given priority to the Suanio army. We can't get it at all. Until now, we don't have much green equipment. We can only find you, Godfather. Fortunately, this adopted daughter is smart and added Godfather's friends before, otherwise it would be difficult for us to directly find you to cooperate. Liu Qiang has basically imagined Lin Yingying's smug look. He grinned. Sure enough, there is competition between different systems. Although the Suanio Army and the Player Processing Bureau are both official organizations, it is obvious that the two are also in a competitive relationship. For Liu Qiang, there is actually no difference between selling to the Suanio Army or the Player Processing Bureau. However, Liu Qiang has cooperated with Wang Bing for so long. He thought about it and said, I can only provide you with 10 green equipment for the time being. The rest still needs to be traded with Wang Bing and others, and then the quantity will be increased slowly. When he read the post in reality, he understood that the Player Processing Bureau is similar to the police station, dealing with daily affairs about the invasion of demonic energy in reality. If their strength is too poor, perhaps the lives of ordinary people will be affected, and selling some equipment to them is also okay. At least the Player Processing Bureau is stronger, and the society can be more stable. Lin Yingying, 10 pieces are already very good, thank you Godfather. Mua. Liu Qiang. I suspect you are taking advantage of me. Lin Yingying, hee, no. Godfather, I am brushing the dungeon now. When you come out of the dungeon, tell me and I will come out immediately. Liu Qiang, I just want to go out. Lin Yingying, I'll be there soon. In another dungeon world of the Little Demon Camp, a group of players were staring at Lin Yingying, not daring to make a sound. After entering the dungeon, they realized how difficult it was to fight, not to mention fighting the boss. Even if they were fighting small monsters, they might die if they were not careful with their gray and white equipment. Don't even think about fighting the boss. They also coveted Liu Qiang's equipment, but Liu Qiang has always cooperated with Wang Bing and Liu Qiang, and occasionally gave equipment to ordinary players. How could they get it? So many hungry players are staring at it. However, after hearing that Lin Yingying actually added Liu Qiang as a friend, everyone's eyes lit up, hoping that Lin Yingying could talk about cooperation with Liu Qiang. Lin Yingying thought about it and felt that she could give it a try. After all, everyone was cooperating, and there was no loss for her adoptive father. Instead, she could have one more partner and one more choice, but Lin Yingying didn't promise. After all, if her adoptive father was not happy, she would definitely stand on his side. I didn't expect that my godfather was actually willing to sell them 10 green equipment to the Player Management Bureau. Sure enough, does my godfather still have me, the smart and invincible cute goddaughter, in his heart? Hee. Seeing Lin Yingying's expression change, everyone's eyes lit up. Minister Lin, how is it? Did my godfather agree? Minister Lin, our Player Management Bureau depends on you. Otherwise, we can't beat the boss at all. Lin Yingying raised the corners of her mouth and put her hands on her hips. Godfather agreed. We will also have a share in the future, but only 10 pieces each time. Hearing this, everyone's eyes lit up, then everyone cheered. 10 pieces are already very good. This is a stable source of green equipment. We will slowly accumulate and become stronger. Yes, yes. Minister Lin is awesome. He can even persuade my godfather, that Liu Qiang is famous for being stubborn. Many beautiful women offered themselves to him, but Liu Qiang didn't even pay attention. Lin Yingying chuckled, feeling quite proud. Just then, a middle-aged man beside him smiled and said, Minister Lin, thanks to you this time. I didn't expect that our player processing bureau could also establish a cooperative relationship with the adoptive father. I heard that Tianyue and Suanio army got a lot of rare items through the adoptive father, which is not comparable to equipment. It would be great if we have the opportunity to get it in the future. It still sounds strange for a middle-aged man to call Liu Qiang, a young man, his adoptive father, but everyone thinks it is normal, now most of the players in Daxia, who doesn't call Liu Qiang his adoptive father. After all, Liu Qiang is too powerful. Others' eyes lit up, and a pretty girl suddenly thought of something. Yes, I heard that Tianyue got a potion formula, which was obtained from the adoptive father. The pharmacist they train seems to have started to refine this potion. Doesn't Wang Bo have the talent of a blacksmith? If the adoptive father can get the drawings of equipment forging and we can buy it, it will be great. Hearing this, everyone immediately talked about it. Even Lin Yingying's eyes were shining, but she thought again, if Wang Bo forged some equipment, would it affect her godfather's business? This is not good for her godfather. Lin Yingying glanced at her colleagues and quietly sent a message to Liu Qiang. Seeing the message sent by Lin Yingying, Liu Qiang was full of question marks. What the hell? Will other people's forging affect his business? What a joke. Even if he kills a lot of monsters, he can't supply all players. How can it affect it? Moreover, the quality of the things he drops may not be made by a normal forger. Lin Yingying, Godfather, will this have any impact on you? If it does, then we won't sell it, right? Liu Qiang was a little amused. It's okay, it won't have any impact. But Liu Qiang didn't expect that Lin Yingying was quite considerate of her. Although this dog anchor is a bit shameless and a bit dog-skin plaster, Liu Qiang doesn't hate this. That's fine. If my godfather has these good things in the future, can I also compete with Wang Bing and the others? Liu Qiang thought about it and felt that it would definitely be a good thing for him to have more people competing, and Liu Qiang was actually quite curious about the player who had mastered the forging talent that Lin Yingying mentioned. If he can really forge standard equipment, it will be of great significance to the entire Daxia and even the entire Yuanqing players. The equipment he dropped alone is definitely not enough to arm all the Yuanqing players. Liu Qiang did not refuse. No problem, who is your person in charge? I'll pull him into the trading group. Lin Yingying, I can take responsibility for this, that this is a good opportunity to get close to my godfather, and Lin Yingying will not give such an opportunity to others, even the director can't do it. Liu Qiang didn't expect Lin Yingying to be able to take responsibility. Can this guy really do it? Liu Qiang didn't think much about it and pulled Lin Yingying into the trading group of Wang Bing and Liu Qiang. Seeing someone join the group, Wang Bing and Liu Qiang were shocked. Liu Qiang, my dear son-in-law, how did Lin Yingying join the group? Wang Bing, what the hell? Lin Yingying, you are not here to steal our equipment, are you? Chapter 66, Trying Hard to be a Wingman. You are listening at NavelFull.audio. Green Poison Arrow, Level 1, shoot an arrow with green poison at the target, and the target will receive 50% damage per second for 6 seconds, with a cooldown of 20 seconds. Learning requirements. Archer, this is a very strong single-target skill, which is equivalent to causing 300% damage at a time, but the cooldown time is a bit long, and it can only be used once in 20 seconds. But even so, it is still very strong. It's a pity that it is an archer's skill, otherwise Liu Qiang will have another powerful attack skill. Without thinking too much, Liu Qiang of course chose the skill book. This thing is very valuable. In addition to the skill book, Liu Qiang also chose a primary skill stone and a green leather armor glove. After choosing, Liu Qiang rushed up with a charge. He killed Akelin with a few swords, compared with the time when he was chased around by him and needed to block the vision position of each room to kill him. This time couldn't be easier, although Akelin's damage is still not low. Liu Qiang can recover by sucking blood. Give Liu Qiang enough time to output, and it only takes 10 seconds for him to knock out a boss's health. Liu Qiang picked up the 3 items. Needless to say, Liu Qiang used the primary skill stone himself. He upgraded the sweep to level 7, and the damage increased by 270%. As for the green poison arrow skill book and leather armor gloves, Liu Qiang of course posted them in the trading group. Seeing these 2 items, Liu Qiang's eyes turned red. Liu Qiang is the archer. If this skill could be bought and given to Liu Qiang, I don't know how happy my precious daughter would be. Good son-in-law, I'll pay 1,000 gold for the green poison arrow. Liu Qiang was stunned. The last time he sold the cold wind shock, he only sold it for 600 gold. In Liu Qiang's opinion, the value of the cold wind shock is actually higher than that of the green poison arrow. After all, it is a group attack skill, and it also has a deceleration effect. Although the damage of the green poison arrow is much higher, it is only a single attack, and the cooling time is also longer. Liu Qiang thought about it, shook his head and said, Brother Qiang, let's just make 600 gold, the same price as the cold wind impact. We have been cooperating very happily during this period, so there is no need to charge too high a price. Liu Qiang made nearly 3,000 gold today, not counting the green poison arrows, leather armor gloves and the items dropped by the last high-level boss. If this copy is completed, Liu Qiang feels that he can make 4,000 gold, a full 40 million. So much money makes Liu Qiang a little numb. This is only the 2nd day. As long as he is willing, with the treasures dropped by the game, Liu Qiang can easily become the richest man in the world. He suddenly found that money seems to be just a number to him. Therefore, Liu Qiang does not care too much about the price of the skill book. Instead, the cooperation with Liu Qiang makes Liu Qiang feel very comfortable. Every time Liu Qiang always considers him as much as possible. Even for the formula of the apprentice frost resistance potion, Liu Qiang not only gave a large amount of gold coins, but also gave Liu Qiang 10% of the profit share for fear that Liu Qiang would suffer a loss. Liu Qiang actually remembered it all. Hearing Liu Qiang's words, Liu Qiang was stunned for a moment, then he shook his head and objected. How can this be? The 3 of us are competing normally, and the good son-in-law doesn't have to favor me. Lin Yingying shook her head. I can't afford it, Mr. Liu. Although the green poison arrow is very strong, 600 gold coins are enough. She would rather use the money to buy the equipment formula. This is what she wants most. Wang Bing wants to buy it, but he considers that his adoptive father has said so. If he offers now, wouldn't that be a slap in his adoptive father's face? Wang Bing would definitely not do such a thing. He smiled and said, Brother Qiang, you gave me 1 last time, and I will give you 1 this time, and we are even. Liu Qiang smiled and said, Brother Qiang, you see they don't want it, then 600. Liu Qiang was a little confused for a while. He has been in the business world for so many years, and he never thought he would meet a business like Liu Qiang. Others think the profit is not high enough, but Liu Qiang is afraid that the profit is too high. He looked at Liu Qiang with some resentment. My good son-in-law, if you do business like this, you will be cheated out of your pants. Liu Qiang was speechless. Brother Qiang, I am not a businessman. For me, skill books and the like are not too rare. Liu Qiang, Wang Bing, Lin Yingying. They were numb. This was too real, and they were a little heartbroken. Thinking about it, Liu Qiang made a rough calculation. In the less than 2 days of game time, Liu Qiang has made nearly 40 million. This is only the early stage of the game. According to this speed of making money, after leaving the novice village, Liu Qiang's money-making efficiency will not be comparable to that of Tianyue Group. Liu Qiang was relieved. Sure enough, in the game era, everything is changing. Even the way of making money is no longer the model that Liu Qiang knows. He nodded happily and agreed. Okay, then I won't be polite, just treat it as a good son-in-law honoring his old father-in-law. Lin Yingying. What father-in-law? This old guy is shameless. Lin Yingying kept muttering in his heart. Liu Qiang rolled his eyes helplessly. Liu Qiang is good in everything, but he likes to make such jokes, which is a bit bad, but he didn't say much. This leather armor, what are you bidding for? Liu Qiang, 200 gold. Wang Bing, fuck, Liu Qiang, I shouldn't have let you just now. You're 200 gold again. He was still thinking that it would be nice to buy a blue equipment. As a result, Liu Qiang started to kill again. This is not a mage's equipment, the 3rd princess will definitely not want it, so their 7th team can only buy it with their own money. Let their 7th team spend 200 gold to buy a blue equipment. Wang Bing felt that he was either crazy or not. Liu Qiang smiled and said, I will get the equipment that my precious daughter can use no matter what. Hearing this, Wang Bing was completely speechless. It's outrageous to be a daughter slave. Lin Yingying was dumbfounded. This Liu Qiang is actually a daughter slave. She just knew it now. Isn't this too spoiled? And from what Liu Qiang said, it seems that he wants to tie up his daughter with his adoptive father. Lin Yingying's mouth twitched, and she wanted to ask Liu Qiang if he still needed a daughter. It's not a matter of money, but mainly because the red tie with his adoptive father looks very fragrant. In the end, Liu Qiang spent 800 gold and bought 2 archer equipment. After the transaction, Liu Qiang smiled and said, the last boss is upstairs, let's go. Okay. The 3 followed Liu Qiang upstairs. On the way, Liu Qiang happily posted the things he just bought in the family group. Liu Qiang jumped out on the spot. Wow. Dear Dad, I love you. Liu Qiang couldn't close his mouth. How long has it been since I heard my baby daughter say she loves him? The old father burst into tears for a while. Liu Qiang, I envy you, my sister is going to rise. Liu Qiang, hee. That's for sure, with such a strong skill, I will definitely take off. Old man, is this also dropped by Liu Qiang? Liu Qiang, yes, we were playing a dungeon with Liu Qiang, and he got the equipment dropped by the boss. Liu Qiang, that's great, why don't we have a dungeon in our novice village? Liu Qiang and Liu Qiang were very envious. Liu Qiang, speaking of this skill book, Liu Qiang, let me tell you, Dad originally planned to offer 1,000 gold. Guess what Liu Qiang said? Liu Qiang, what did he say? Liu Qiang, when Liu Qiang heard that Dad was going to give it to his precious daughter, he took the initiative to lower the price to 600 gold. Do you understand what I mean? I have been telling him about you all the time. It can be seen that he must have a good impression of you. You must keep up the good work. Liu Qiang sighed in his heart. In order to be a wingman for both sides at the same time, he also took great pains. If it really works out later, as an old father and father-in-law, I will have to drink a few more glasses. This is very tiring, okay. On the other side, Liu Qiang and Liu Qiang saw the news and their eyes widened. They looked at each other, and for a moment, they didn't know what to say. After a moment of silence, Liu Qiang reminded, Sister, your face is a little red. Liu Qiang, oh, maybe it's a little hot. Liu Qiang. She looked at the leather armor Liu Qiang was wearing and thought, how can leather armor be so cool and hot? Whatever you say. Chapter 67, Bringing People to the Notice. You are listening at NavelFull.audio. At this moment, Liu Qiang and his group have reached the top floor. At the stairs, Liu Qiang looked into the room and saw Magran still sleeping on the stone chair. He looked at the 3 people behind him. This boss has a large-scale attack skill, so don't go over there. I can fight it myself. Hearing this, the 3 of them widened their eyes. There is also a group attack skill. Wouldn't it be very difficult to fight? Wang Bing rubbed his hands and was eager to try. Godfather, can we see the attributes of this boss? Liu Qiang shrugged, see for yourself. The 3 of them immediately cast a detection spell. After seeing Magran's exaggerated attributes, the 3 of them gasped. Wang Bing said it was so terrifying. And Liu Qiang clicked on the drop list. After seeing a string of blue in the drop list, Liu Qiang was a little disappointed. TSK, there are really no legendary equipment items. The last time there was a legendary item, it was completely because it was a real little devil, right? However, as expected of the final boss, the things dropped by Magran are still very good. The first item turned out to be another potion recipe. Potion recipe, Apprentice Flame Resistance Potion, excellent. After using it, you can learn how to make the Apprentice Flame Resistance Potion. Learning condition, Pharmacist, drop rate, 0.0000193%. When Liu Qiang saw this potion, he suddenly thought of something. It is easy to think that the flame resistance potion should reduce fire damage. Most of Magran's skills are fire damage. If there is this potion, fighting Magran seems to have become a little hopeful for ordinary players. Not only that, Liu Qiang thought of the previous ice hand. The potion dropped by the ice hand is the Apprentice Frost Resistance Potion. If there is that potion, wouldn't it be much easier to fight the ice hand? Liu Qiang was thoughtful, but now is not the time to think about this. He continued to choose. There was nothing good after that. Liu Qiang chose a well-made shield, Little Devil Shield. For the third item, Liu Qiang of course chose the primary skill stone. After making the choice, Liu Qiang stepped out of the stairs and charged at Maglin's face. Maglin's damage was still very high, even though Liu Qiang's equipment was very good now, and his endurance was almost 100 points, which could improve his defense a lot. Maglin's attack still knocked out more than 130 HP of Liu Qiang. Although it was much less than before, it was still a bit strong. Of course, that was all. Liu Qiang didn't even need to use the weakness scroll. With his current combat skills, he used the great sword to block or dodge, plus his own blood-sucking, healing potions, and the recovery effect of primary regeneration. He easily stabilized his HP. The clanging sound of the great swords colliding rang in the room, and the firelight shone in the dimness. Liu Qiang and Maglin's attributes were much better than ordinary people, and their speed was much faster than that of ordinary people, so the battle between the two was extremely fierce. However, judging from the blood volume, Liu Qiang's blood volume has always remained above 90%, while Maglin's blood volume has been dropping like an avalanche, and it can't be stopped. Liu Qiang, Wang Bing and Lin Yingying have been paying attention to the battle between the two. Seeing Maglin's blood volume dropping rapidly, Wang Bing muttered, "Seeing that my godfather fights so easily, I thought I can do it too." Liu Qiang glanced at Wang Bing. "If you think you can do it too." Wang Bing sneered, "Do you think I don't dare?" Although my godfather said that he has a group attack skill, it shouldn't be a big problem to go up and chop and come back, so that Liu Qiang, this dog, can shut up. However, before he stepped forward, he heard Maglin roar angrily. Then, the violent air waves surged, and Liu Qiang retreated again and again. The three people at the stairs only felt a terrifying hurricane sweeping over, and they were all about to fly. More than 300 values floated above the heads of the three people at the same time. The one with the highest blood volume among the three was Wang Bing, and his blood volume did not exceed 500 at this moment. Their health was almost at the bottom in an instant. Their faces turned pale. What the hell? What kind of damage is this? Wang Bing quickly took out the healing potion and poured it into his mouth. Lin Yingying and Liu Qiang also used the healing potion immediately. Wang Bing was scared. "Fortunately, I didn't rush out, otherwise I would have died. My godfather would have laughed to death." Lin Yingying trembled a little. "Isn't this boss too strong? I almost died after just a rub. If I was in front of him, how much damage would this be?" Liu Qiang pointed to the damage floating above Liu Qiang's head, expressionless. "Here, 298 points of damage." Lin Yingying, Wang Bing, they were confused. The three of them were in such a far area, and they were only rubbed, and they suffered more than 300 damage. Liu Qiang was in front of the boss, but he only suffered less than 300 damage. Wang Bing's mouth twitched. "That's my godfather, a god, not an ordinary person. He can't be used as a reference." Liu Qiang, if you want to know how much damage ordinary people suffer, go and try it yourself. Wang Bing, get lost. "I won't go, you go if you want. This old man is very bad." After Maglin's roar, Liu Qiang was also knocked back a few steps, but compared to the previous time when he was knocked away, he is now much stronger. Liu Qiang rushed back with a charge, and then continued to chop. More than 10 seconds later, Maglin used the flame armor, but unfortunately it still couldn't withstand Liu Qiang's damage and was killed by Liu Qiang's swords. However, the burning effect of the flame armor was still very strong in the end. Liu Qiang only had 70% of his health left after the fight. As expected of a high-level boss, he was a strong opponent. Liu Qiang picked up the 3 light balls that fell. At this moment, the system prompt sounded. Yuanqing area announcement. Ding, congratulations to players Liu Qiang, Liu Qiang, Wang Bing, and Lin Yingying for clearing the dungeon for the first time. Reward, 50 gold coins, 10 free attribute points, Dao City reputation plus 30, Inua Village reputation plus 300, Inua Village area announcement. Ding, congratulations to players Liu Qiang, Liu Qiang, Wang Bing, and Lin Yingying for clearing the Little Devil Camp dungeon first. Reward, 20 gold coins, 3 free attribute points, 1 excellent treasure chest, Inua Village Reputation plus 100.2 system announcements sounded in succession. The players in Inua Village were all shocked. Fuck. Another system announcement. Ah. Is it from my godfather? That's fine, it's normal. Wait, why are there other people here too? Liu Qiang, Wang Bing and Lin Yingying. Liu Qiang is Mr. Liu, right? Wang Bing is the captain of the Suanio army, and Lin Yingying seems to be that dog anchor. I heard she's from the Player Management Bureau. Fuck, someone actually got on my godfather's good side and let my godfather take him to play dungeons. I'm so envious. Why wasn't I the one getting on my godfather's side? A bunch of players were talking about it, especially the high-end players at the dungeon entrance. Their eyes were red at the moment. There's actually a system announcement, and there's such a good reward. Just now they saw Liu Qiang and the others go in together, now seeing that Wang Bing and the other two have such a good reward, they are all jealous to the point of madness. If I had known I would have been more shameless and cried and begged my godfather to take me into the team, maybe I would have been one more person on the notice. Come on, even if you cling to my godfather, he won't take you. That the members of Wang Bing's three-member team were silent at this moment, they regretted it so much that their intestines turned green. Why didn't they insist a little more? If they insisted a little more, who knows, the godfather would take them with him. Especially the Suanio army. The atmosphere was dead silent at this moment. Li Ming said faintly, wait, those who go offline to fight Wang Bing, report your number. 1. 2. So, all the members of the 7th team of the Suanio army formed a team to fight Wang Bing. Chapter 68. It has to reach a certain height. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. In other areas of Yuanqing, they could not hear the announcement of the first place in the Novice Village dungeon, but they could also hear the first announcement. At this moment, all forces reacted extremely violently. They were already numb to the fact that Liu and Qiang were on the notice again, but this time it's different. This time, besides Liu Qiang himself, there were 3 others who were notified. Does this mean that Liu Qiang can bring other people to the notice? The rewards for every announcement are pretty good. Apart from anything else, the free attribute points are a waste of money. How great would it be if Liu Qiang could take them to the notice? At this moment, whether it is Xia Yan, the Liu sisters, Alice and others, or high-end players from other kingdoms, they are all thinking about this matter. After they get out of Novice Village, they might consider cooperating with Liu Qiang. At the very least, you have to make good friends with the land and air forces. Maybe you will be taken to the notice when. And now in the copy, Wang Bing and the other 3 also heard the system announcement. They were extremely excited when they saw the 13 extra free attribute points, gold coins and sophisticated treasure chests. Wang Bing's voice was trembling. Fuck. Fuck. Foster father, you are so awesome. I, Wang Bing, actually have the day to be announced in the system. The reward is so generous. Isn't it so cool? Liu Qiang also looked surprised. Good son-in-law, thanks to you this time, I didn't expect such a good reward. Lin Yingying looked at Liu Qiang with stars in her eyes. Father, foster father, you have helped me get so many good things. I don't know how to repay you. How about you tell me? You can do whatever you want from me. Okay. Liu Qiang. He glared at Lin Yingying. Ah. Shameless vixen. How can this be repayment? Are you thinking about good things? Liu Qiang glanced at Lin Yingying. There is no need to repay. After all, forming a team with you is part of the deal. This is considered a benefit. Lin Yingying was dejected. Oh. Liu Qiang was happy. A good son-in-law is still very upright. Wonderful. He was a little worried about Liu Qiang agreeing just now, but now he felt relieved immediately. Of course, Liu Qiang couldn't think of everything. Although Lin Yingying is good-looking, how long have he and Lin Yingying known each other? It's been less than 2 days, and we met in the game. Who knows if this guy has some Xiao Jojo in his heart? Besides, even if Lin Yingying really doesn't have Xiao Jojo, it is impossible for Liu Qiang to meet her in reality now. This is not safe. In reality, Liu Qiang had no plans to be exposed in the short term. Everything is based on your own safety. When his strength is strong enough, Liu Qiang will expose himself in reality. According to its own improvement speed, it shouldn't take long. Liu Qiang smiled and said, use the system rewards first. Hearing this, the three of them woke up from a dream. They quickly started clicking attribute points. Liu Qiang originally wanted to add all attribute points to endurance, but when the endurance increased to 100 points, the system sent a prompt. Ding, due to the influence of the essence of human life on Yuanqing, your endurance has reached the upper limit of the current level. If you want to continue to improve, please upgrade to the first level as soon as possible. Hearing this, Liu Qiang was stunned, affected by the essence of human life on Yuanqing. At this stage, can humans only reach a maximum of 100 points of endurance? Liu Qiang felt a bit toothache. He originally thought that he could continue to improve indefinitely. I didn't expect that the essence of life would affect this. However, the other three basic attributes of Liu Qiang now only have more than 30 points, which is far from reaching the limit. Liu Qiang doesn't have to worry in the short term. When he reaches level 10 and is about to advance to level 1, the 4 attributes may not have reached their limit yet. Liu Qiang added the remaining 4 free attribute points to strength, but Liu Qiang and the other 3 don't have to worry about reaching the upper limit. Their basic attributes are estimated to not even have 20 points except for the main attributes. The 3 of them quickly added their own attributes, and then began to discuss the exquisite treasure chest. Wang Bing originally wanted to trade the fine treasure chest to Liu Qiang and ask his adoptive father to help draw a prize. After all, it goes without saying that the adoptive father is lucky, he will definitely draw good things. In the end, who would have thought that the exquisite treasure chest rewarded by the system is actually bound and can only be used by you? This is embarrassing. Wang Bing looked at Liu Qiang and Lin Yingying and grinned. The lottery has been drawn. Let's see what we can find. Do you want to compete? Liu Qiang was very calm. My luck has always been good. Lin Yingying was a little worried. My luck seems to be pretty average. Liu Qiang also looked at the 3 of them curiously. He hasn't seen anyone else win prizes either. Then let me take a look. If you open the box, what can you find? The 3 of them opened the box one after another. Liu Qiang raised the corner of his mouth and showed a smile. I'm pretty lucky, I got blue equipment. He posted something in the group. Soul boots, excellent, cloth armor, defense plus 41, intelligence plus 5, endurance plus 4, requirement level 6. Liu Qiang was a little surprised. He didn't expect that a blue item was released. Brother Qiang is lucky. Liu Qiang raised the corners of his mouth and smiled. At this moment, Lin Yingying exclaimed, this thing was actually fired. She posted something in the group. Liu Qiang and Liu Qiang were both stunned and surprised. It turned out to be a skill book. Savage Smash, Level 1, launch a savage attack, causing 180% damage, and there is a 10% chance to stun the target for 1 second, with a cooldown of 15 seconds. Learning conditions. Warrior. Liu Qiang didn't expect that Lin Yingying's luck was even better, and she got such a strong skill book. There is damage and stun effect, although the probability is only 10% at level 1. This is a low level. The higher the level, the higher the probability should be. Liu Qiang wanted to buy it from Lin Yingying. This skill is just right for him. Lin Yingying himself is a mage and can't use this skill. Liu Qiang was about to speak, but Lin Yingying directly initiated a transaction with Liu Qiang. She chuckled and said, Godfather, this skill book is suitable for you. I'll give it to you. Liu Qiang, he was stunned for a moment and didn't react. For you. You are a warrior. This skill book is suitable for you. Lin Yingying blinked and looked at Liu Qiang with some doubts. Could it be that you have this skill, Godfather? Liu Qiang shook his head and said in surprise, give it to me. Lin Yingying nodded, yes. Liu Qiang. He was a little dumbfounded. I can buy it for 1,000 gold. Lin Yingying was immediately dissatisfied. That won't work. I am the adopted daughter of heaven. How can I ask you for money? Godfather, I will give you what you can use. Liu Qiang next to him felt very bad. Fuck. This girl is a bit scheming. She is trying to win the favor of a good son-in-law by taking a small risk. He said, isn't this asking the good son-in-law to owe me a favor? Lin Yingying, this is not good. Lin Yingying glanced at him. blinked and said, I don't need my godfather to owe me a favor. Liu Qiang thought about it and said, how about this, if I get a skill that suits you in the future, I will give it to you. Liu Qiang knew that Lin Yingying's talent was more toward summoners. At most, if he got a skill that suits her in the future, he would just give her a copy. Liu Qiang really wanted this brutal attack, which was obviously a very strong skill. Lin Yingying laughed, that's a gift from my godfather. Liu Qiang was full of black lines on his head, no, it's a transaction, barter. Lin Yingying didn't refute, anyway, it's a gift in her heart. Liu Qiang felt very uncomfortable watching from the side, damn, this little girl is too much, poaching in front of him. Seeing that the situation was not good, he quickly changed the subject. By the way, Wang Bing, what did you prescribe? Why don't you say anything? At this time, the others realized that Wang Bing was standing there, like a statue. Liu Qiang was a little confused. What happened to this man? Brother Wang. Are you okay? Wang Bing looked hopeless. Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. It must be an illusion. Liu Qiang and the other two looked at each other in bewilderment. Looking at this posture, Liu Qiang immediately had a guess in his heart. He said with some gloating, what did you prescribe? Show it to me. Wang Bing looked at him silently and posted the item hopelessly. Apprentice healing potion, excellent. Looking at a bottle of green healing potion, the atmosphere was a little awkward for a while. Wang Bing felt greatly insulted in such silence. Say something. What do you mean by not talking? Liu Qiang laughed, unable to hold back. Lin Yingying turned around, her shoulders trembling. Liu Qiang's mouth twitched, and he silently clicked on the drop of the fine treasure chest. Just like before, the top is the legendary item. Before, Liu Qiang only selected the legendary item and didn't look at it. This time, Liu Qiang took a general look at the drop list. He finally understood why Liu Qiang and Lin Yingying both got fine items. It turned out that the fine treasure chests rewarded by the system actually accounted for more than half of the fine items, with a probability of more than 50% to get fine items. And the rest were all green items. I can only say that the treasure chests rewarded by the system are really conscientious. As for the trainee treatment potion that Wang Bing drew, it was at the bottom of the drop rate list, with a drop rate of 0.12%. Liu Qiang's mouth twitched, and he silently said, it's okay, you are already very good. In terms of probability, it is more difficult to draw a trainee treatment potion than to draw a fine item. Wang Bing has reached a certain height, which is another level of awesomeness. Chapter 69, Exaggerated Price, 6,000 Gold. You are listening at NavelFull.audio. Hearing Liu Qiang's comfort, Wang Bing seemed to turn into a gray statue, floating in the wind. He was completely helpless and squatted on the ground without speaking. Lin Yingying looked at Liu Qiang out of curiosity. Father and foster father, please open the box and see what you can find. Liu Qiang smiled, okay. He randomly selected the legendary equipment on top. Battle Fury Cloak, Legendary, Cloak, Strength plus 13, Endurance plus 10, Attack has a certain chance to increase attack speed by 20%, Requirement level 8, Drop rate, 0.000089%, the cloak happens to be an equipment part that Riku doesn't have. Liu Qiang casually posted the equipment in the trading group. Lin Yingying, Liu Qiang, Wang Bing. All three people were dumbfounded. Wow! Another legendary equipment. Are you so lucky, foster father? Lin Yingying exclaimed again and again. Liu Qiang also agreed with Lin Yingying's point of view and nodded repeatedly. He was extremely shocked. Good son-in-law, how many legendary equipment do you have now? Liu Qiang took a look and saw the flaming sword, the bloodthirsty necklace, the song of life, and the newly acquired furious war cloak. 4 pairs. Hiss. All three of them gasped. Wang Bing almost cried, why am I the only one with such bad luck? I am the only one who is green. Liu Qiang comforted him, maybe there are fewer green things in the box. You are very lucky, so you will get such a small probability thing. Wang Bing. He said with a mournful face, Father, please stop comforting me. If you continue to comfort me, I might jump off the building. Okay then. Liu Qiang followed suit. Liu Qiang changed the topic. By the way, good son-in-law, what item did this boss drop? These words made Wang Bing and Lin Yingying come to their senses. They looked at Liu Qiang expectantly. That was the last boss just now, so the things he dropped shouldn't be too bad, right? Liu Qiang smiled. I won't post the elementary skill stones. These are the only two left. Liu Qiang posted the formulas for the Little Devil's Shield and Fire Resistance Potion. After reading it, the three of them all had their eyes widened and their breathing was a little short. The shield is a must-have equipment for warriors who take the defensive route. It can be said to be the core of defense, not to mention anything else, just this Little Devil's Shield. The improved armor is comparable to nearly a quarter of Liu Qiang's armor. Do you want to know what equipment the land and air are equipped with? One can imagine how strong this shield's defense is. If they had this shield, their team's main tank would definitely have an easier time resisting monsters. All three people understood this, so their eyes turned a little green. As for the fire resistance potion, there is no need to say more. Wang and Bing saw the boss's fire damage with their own eyes. If they have this potion, their success rate in defeating the boss will be greatly improved. And not only do they need to fight the boss, other players also need to fight. If this potion is sold, the market will be huge. Liu Qiang smiled and said, by the way, Brother Qiang, the second boss is the Little Ice Mage Devil. Your ice resistance potion may be useful. You can have someone make some, and then lead a team to try it. Hearing this, Liu Qiang's eyes widened and he looked happy. I'll arrange it right away. That if they can really fight, then for them, they will have a boss that can steadily provide equipment. This is obviously a good thing. Wang Bing's eyes turned green. He smiled flatteringly and said, Brother Qiang, you have said before that the ice resistance potion will only be sold to us at cost price. Liu Qiang glanced at Wang Bing and said angrily, the output is not high now. Some of the herbs produced are in high-level areas. We may not have enough for our own use. When we have enough, we will sell them to you. When Lin Yingying heard that there was an ice resistance potion, she couldn't bear it anymore. She quickly asked, Director Liu, can you sell some of this potion to us players to deal with the game? We will buy it at the market price. Liu Qiang was immediately happy. This little girl is fighting for men with my precious daughters, and she still wants me to sell potions. He was smiling but not smiling. Oh, Shaolin, you heard it too. The production of medicine is not enough right now, and we still can't provide it to you players for the time being. Lin Yingying hummed in her heart. She could tell that Director Liu obviously thought she had a good relationship with her adoptive father. If it doesn't sell, it won't sell. I will stick to my adoptive father and make you mad. And Liu Qiang said, these two items are worth the price. Suddenly, sparks flashed in the eyes of the three people. These two items have greatly improved the team, and they obviously won't let them go. Liu Qiang, the most wealthy man, immediately said, the shield costs 200 gold, the formula costs 1,300 gold plus 10% profit. Wang Bing grinned, cursing in his mind that this bitch is really rich. However, he has to follow even if he doesn't want to. These two items are so important, either one will greatly improve the team. Wang Bing gritted his teeth and said, the shield is 210 gold, the formula is 1,400 gold plus 10% profit. Lin Yingying was very decisive, I don't want the shield. The formula is 1,800 gold plus 20% profit. Liu Qiang, Wang Bing and Liu Qiang on the side looked at Lin Yingying in surprise. None of them expected Lin Yingying to pay such a high price. Lin Yingying saw Liu Qiang's surprised look and smiled sweetly at him. Hey, if you make money for your adoptive father, it's also for our own family. Liu Qiang's head was full of black lines. Little girl, don't talk nonsense. Who in your own family? The formula is 2,000 gold plus 25% profit sharing. The shield is 230 gold. Although Liu Qiang has been collecting gold coins, because he bought a lot of things and spent a lot of gold coins during this period, he only has more than 2,800 gold coins left in his hand. He can't bid too high either. This made Liu Qiang extremely uncomfortable. It seems that the gold hunting group needs to be arranged by Nangong as soon as possible, otherwise, even if there are good things, he will be at a loss to compete. The Wang soldiers beside him were all dumbfounded. Are these two people crazy? It's hard to collect gold coins. Why do each of the gold coins feel like they were picked up? He muttered, forget it, let's fight over the potion formula. The shield is 250. This is my highest price. Brother Qiang, if you want to pay more, I will give in. Hearing this, Liu Qiang hesitated. The gold coins in his hand were limited, and it would take some time to continue to acquire gold coins. If the good son-in-law has any good things next, it will be difficult for him to buy them without gold coins. He also wanted to save some gold coins for emergencies. Because of this, Liu Qiang hesitated whether to continue following. He thought for a while, then shook his head and said, forget it, I don't want the shield anymore. Lin Yingying didn't want a shield from the beginning, and her goal was always on the formula. In their player bureau, there are all kinds of players, especially players who focus on life and career. Their number is larger than that of the Blackbird Army and the Tianyue Union. The potion formula can definitely be digested. Lin Yingying had no doubt about this. As for the price being too high. Anyway, it's the money my adoptive father earns, so just make it. The only problem is that she doesn't have many gold coins in her hand now. After all, the Player Management Bureau is not like the Blackbird Army. As a newly established official organization, although it has received the attention and support of Emperor Xia, its foundation is still lacking compared to the Blackbird Army. Lin Yingying has applied for subsidies after cooperating with Liu Qiang, but the total amount is only 3,000 gold. The main reason is that the output of gold coins is really limited, and the amount of real currency is actually higher. It's a pity that you can't exchange it for gold coins, so real currency is useless. Lin Yingying's idea was to spend money to buy the formula now. She would definitely not lose money if she bought it. She planned to use the remaining money to buy forging blueprints. That was the item she needed most. If the price of this formula is too high and affects the subsequent purchase of forging blueprints, then there is nothing she can do. When Liu Qiang received 2,000 gold coins, Lin Yingying gritted his teeth. She finally calmed down and shook her head. Forget it, no more. Although she really wanted to buy something from her adoptive father, she was also the head of the Player Management Bureau after all, so she couldn't go too far. As an adult, Lin Yingying still has this in mind. Liu Qiang was relieved when he heard Lin Yingying said no. If Lin Yingying offered a higher price, he would feel a little guilty. Liu Qiang was a little stunned. I didn't expect the price of this recipe to be so high. The two together amount to more than 20 million, not counting profit sharing. Liu Qiang himself was frightened by the speed of making money. He nodded. In that case, let's trade. Become. After completing the transaction, Liu Qiang immediately had 6,000 gold coins in his hand. Not to mention this life, Liu Qiang had never had so much money in all his previous lives combined. Liu Qiang said, okay, the copy is finished, let's go out. The three of them nodded and followed Liu Qiang out. Liu Qiang planned to do the mission of the bone erosion grass first. After all, Liu Qiang knew the location of the bone erosion grass, but Liu Qiang didn't know where the demonized tiger leader from the warrior mentor mission was yet. He suddenly thought of something, looked at the three of them and asked, by the way, do you know where there is a demonized tiger? Chapter 70 Land of the Dead. You are listening at NavelFull.audio. Hearing this, the three of them were startled. Demonized tiger? We haven't encountered one yet. Wang Bing said slowly. Lin Yingying and Liu Qiang also shook their heads, indicating that they had not encountered one. Lin Yingying smiled and said, I will notify the people in the Player Processing Bureau. If anyone has encountered a demonized tiger, I will tell you, my godfather. Liu Qiang and Wang Bing also expressed their interest. Liu Qiang smiled and nodded, okay, I'll trouble you. This is the benefit of connections. If he was asked to find it alone, the entire Silver Moon village is so large, even if he rode a demonized wild wolf, he didn't know how long it would take. If there are other people to help find it, it will be much easier. By the way, I plan to do a task next. I'm afraid I will need someone to trade equipment at that time. You can arrange someone to come and take over. Lin Yingying's eyes lit up. Can we go by ourselves? Liu Qiang and Wang Bing also looked at Liu Qiang eagerly. This copy has only been played for more than 10 minutes, the experience they gained was much higher than before. If they could go monster hunting with Liu Qiang, they would definitely level up faster. Liu Qiang was full of black lines. What are you thinking? There is no way in the dungeon. It takes a long time for me to run out every time. You can only enter the dungeon in a team. You don't need to form a team outside, you can run around. Lin Yingying and the other two were all dejected and very disappointed, originally thought they could follow Liu Qiang to get experience. Wang Bing said, "Okay, I will arrange for Jiang Su to continue trading with you, Godfather." Liu Qiang said that he would still arrange Li Mu to go with him. As for Lin Yingying, she blinked and looked at Liu Qiang expectantly. "Godfather, where are you going to do the task?" "I will also go to the nearby monster hunting, and I will go there to get the equipment myself." Liu Qiang was full of black lines. "You are not going to level up by yourself. Such a good talent, it would be a waste if you don't level up well." Hearing this, Wang Bing and Liu Qiang looked at Lin Yingying in surprise. Liu Qiang actually called her a very good talent, which means that Lin Yingying's talent is indeed excellent. Liu Qiang suddenly felt more pressure in his heart. This little girl is proactive and talented. Will the good son-in-law not be unable to bear it? Liu Qiang now hopes that Liu Qiang can quickly reach level 10 and leave the novice village. In this way, they can separate, and when his two precious daughters leave the novice village and compete face to face, Liu Qiang is still very confident in his precious daughters. Lin Yingying was a little disappointed when she heard this. "Oh. Then I will level up nearby and let someone trade with me when the time comes." Liu Qiang shrugged, "It's up to you. I'm going to the land of the dead in the north of the village to do a task next." The three of them were confused about the land of the dead and had no idea about it. However, they still knew the direction of the north of the village. Lin Yingying nodded, smiling, and said that she would go to the north of the village to kill monsters and level up next. Liu Qiang and Wang Bing naturally had their own things to do. The four chatted and soon left the dungeon. As soon as they walked out of the dungeon, Wang Bing and the other two felt jealous eyes. All three of them were startled when they saw that they were the eyes of high-end players outside the dungeon. They breathed a sigh of relief. Wang Bing looked up and laughed with a proud face. "These people are just envious. Envy that I can get rewards with my godfather." Liu Qiang said expressionlessly, "Don't say it, healing potion." Wang Bing, that he was immediately pierced through the heart and fell silent. Liu Qiang smiled, "Then I'll go first." "Goodbye, godfather." Lin Yingying smiled and waved to Liu Qiang. Wang Bing and Liu Qiang also said goodbye to Liu Qiang. Liu Qiang rode on the demonized wild wolf and ran towards the north of the village. Riding on the tall demonized wild wolf, wearing a heavy and ferocious little devil suit, with a scarlet cloak flying, Liu Qiang looked like a general on the battlefield. This made Lin Yingying look like a fangirl. "As expected of you, you are my godfather, so handsome." Liu Qiang glared at Lin Yingying and turned away. As for Wang Bing, he was still silent. The environment in the north and east of the village is different. There is a river not far from the entrance of the village. There is a wide wooden bridge on the river. After crossing the wooden bridge, there is a large wasteland, and further away are hills composed of small hills. The hills are mostly covered with gravel and weeds, which look far less lively than the east of the village, but rather very dilapidated. There are still many players of lower level spawning monsters in the wasteland. But after entering the hills, it is the area of monsters above level 5, and there are very few players here. Liu Qiang understands that most level 5 players are now going to the Little Devil Camp to spawn dungeons. This is also a normal phenomenon. After all, there are elite monsters in the dungeon, and white items are bound to drop. If you are lucky enough to drop a green item, you will make a fortune. The most important thing is that because the bosses in the Little Demon Camp are all in the fortress, you can bypass the fortress and only spawn small monsters without alerting the bosses. There are many elite monsters outside, and there is a lot of experience. Of course, it is more cost-effective to spawn elite monsters. If it weren't for the fact that the Little Demon Camp can only be spawned once a day, Liu Qiang suspects that many players would probably stay in the dungeon and never come out. The demonized wild wolf is very fast, and Liu Qiang ran past them before the wild monsters reacted. Soon, Liu Qiang went deep into the hills. After running for nearly half an hour, Liu Qiang came to the monster that he encountered, which was already level 7. The ground on the hills was becoming more and more desolate, and even rotten gray soil appeared. After a while, Liu Qiang saw a large piece of gray land in front of him. There were many tombstones standing on these lands, and a large number of undead were wandering. Liu Qiang almost vomited when he saw these undead. This game is really too real, and the five senses are not weakened. The smell of this place is sour and refreshing. Moreover, the undead are just skeletons and zombies, with flesh and blood attached to them, and there are even maggots wriggling inside the flesh and blood. Liu Qiang saw a zombie with one eye hanging outside, and it was still shaking as he walked. Liu Qiang was numb. A timid person would probably be scared to death if he fought monsters here. Horror movies are not so scary, right? Fortunately, Liu Qiang's courage is still okay, and with his attributes, even if a ghost really appeared, he would have to take a few slaps before leaving. Liu Qiang threw a detection spell over Silver Moon Skeleton, Elite, Level 7. Life, 580. Attack, 40. Introduction. Originally a dead Silver Moon human, it was corroded by the power of the undead and turned into a skeleton. Liu Qiang's eyes lit up and he smiled. It turned out to be another elite monster. This means good stuff. So happy. Liu Qiang immediately started to do the same as before, clicking on the drop list, selecting equipment, skill stones, attribute stones, etc. Although the level of monsters such as Silver Moon skeletons and Silver Moon zombies has reached level 7 or even level 8, but it still couldn't break Liu Qiang's defense. Liu Qiang easily attracted more than a dozen monsters, and then swept them all down. After that, he picked up things and continued to select drops. Level 7 and 8 elite monsters have a lot of experience. Liu Qiang finally reached level 8 when he was playing the dungeon just now, but even if he is playing level 8 elite monsters now, and it is a group of them, Liu Qiang's experience bar is still moving at a snail's pace. Even he had such a hard time upgrading. How long would it take for an average player to reach level 10? This crappy game is really hard to play, but he thought about it. This game is linked to the attributes of reality after all. It is outrageous that a person can become extraordinary in 10 days and a half months. Liu Qiang brushed all the way, and soon his backpack was almost full. Fortunately, Jiang Su, Li Mu and the people called by Lin Yingying had followed the map. The trouble is that the level of the monsters on the map is a bit high. But they are all wearing green equipment, so it is no problem to fight ordinary monsters that are 1 or 2 levels higher. As for the elites in the land of the dead, Liu Qiang has cleared them all, so they don't have to worry. As time passed, Liu Qiang pushed forward and killed all the elite undead he could see. He didn't forget his mission, looking for bone-eating grass. Unfortunately, there is no bone-eating grass in the land of the dead, not to mention the weeds. It is a completely lifeless place. Liu Qiang didn't even know where to find the bone-eating grass. At this moment, Liu Qiang saw a gray-white stone tomb in front of him. The door of the tomb was wide open, and 2 skeleton warriors wearing armor stood beside the door. He widened his eyes in surprise. It seemed that these skeletons seemed a little different.